call upon the stage editor from Amar Ujala Limited, Mr. Anshuman Tiwari. Please put your hands together and let's welcome him on the stage.
ये ज़ब्र भी देखा है तारीख की नज़रों ने, ये ज़ब्र भी देखा है तारीख की नज़रों ने, लम्हों ने ख़ता की है सदियों ने सजा पाई। This slide which is right in front of your eyes has got an image in the background which has been covered. I'll clear it. That is, anyone in this hall can have a estimate that how many wars have been fought in last 5,000 years of civilization? When humans have started moving out of the cave and the first city-states have been grown? Any idea? The exact number is 14,500 wars. That's the number the wars fought in recorded human history. 5,000 years of civilization, 14,500 years of the war. It means the humans are practically killing each other at every year since the beginning of the civilization. But if you clearly see inside and estimate, you'll find almost 300 years in the entire human history where there was no significant conflict was taking place in the world. 300 years out of 5,000 years. So the 94% of the time of humans have actually used in fighting a war. So war is not a design, it's a default of human civilization. Now I'll come to the second part. And then 1991 came, Soviet Union dissolved, and after that, world has seen the first 30 years where there's no significant conflict has taken place in the world. In the first time in 5,000 years, the world's major powers for 30 years have not fought any war. And then, in these 30 years, what has happened, which we all witnessing right now, is that global GDP has went from the 25 trillion to $100 trillion. 36% humanity came out of the poverty. And internet has reached from 0 to mostly 5 billion people. This is the 30 years peace was there, which has been broken now. I'll tell you that how it is happening. Then I'll give you the third clue, which image is behind is that there's a beautiful building in Hague. Who is traveling globally, mostly the Punjab people are exposed to the globally. There's a beautiful building in Hague. Tsar Nicholas III has decided to build that building. He wanted to people to sit together, global leaders, and make a peace deal. So there should not be more wars. Andrew Carnegie, who was the steel king of that time in US, he has funded that entire building. He's created one of the most beautiful building. And after that, the Peace Palace opened on August 28, 1913, and 11 months after, there was a war. 20,000 people have died. Almost entire world has changed, fractured. New countries have emerged. So now this is where we are standing here to see that after the fire. So I'll be discussing on 10 transformations which are right now taking place in the world, and how, apart from all discussions we are having in the businesses, how geopolitics has become a balance sheet event now. And everyone in this hall who is sitting there, either you are investing or you are earning or are you making businesses, you must be understanding and knowing this heat of geopolitics reaching to your pockets, your balance sheets. In Vienna 1913, the global trade was an historic high. 1913, why I'm comparing this? Because this is a similar event which is happening around the world. Europe's finest mind declares that war and civilized societies cannot sustain together. 40 months later, four empires have gone. There was a world war. So the most dangerous movement is not when the people fear collapse. This is where I want to bring the audience to that. It is when they are convinced that collapse is impossible. And this collapse, the war which we are seeing is now discussions have started, peacemaking processes came right in the middle of when we were talking about artificial intelligence, next generation robotics. We were talking about that how the biochemistry has changed, that how we are going to win the several diseases, and suddenly 2 countries, 3 countries have started fighting the war and stopped the entire world. And why this war is considered to be one of the biggest war since Second World War in 1953, I'll tell you. History doesn't ask for boards, it's approval, it invites them. And history is sending invoice across the world. The companies in the Morbi who are making tiles, companies in the Punjab who is distributing fertilizer, companies across the world are now started paying the prices that. In 1995, Nathan Rothschild को एक प्राइवेट कुरियर के जरिए पता चला कि वाटरलू के वार में नेपोलियन बोनापार्ट जीतने वाला, and he has racked up millions in stock market. कहते हैं कि उसके पास एक पिजन्स का पूरा नेटवर्क था जो उसके पास लेकर आया था. बट दिस टेल्स इज दैट एवरी मेजर रप्चर्स restructures trade. You have to understand this because you will be planning for future businesses. You are raising a lot of money. You are making dreams for the global business. You must understand this geopolitics which is now at your balance sheet. Every major rupture structures trade, currency and labor hierarchies. 3 चीजें लगातार जब इस तरीके के इवेंट होते हैं तो ट्रेड बदलता है, करेंसीज बदलती हैं और जो लेबर का स्ट्रक्चर है वो बदलता है. Never winners predicted the rupture. They understood it faster once it began. The biggest challenge is that how to understand this rupture which is coming before you in the world. And third, right now we are inside that rupture. Right now when you are discussing here, we don't know what will transpire today's meeting and tomorrow's meeting in Islamabad. Iran and US will again go for a major fight, or it will end to a fragile peace. We have seen a ceasefire last year for 8 months, and after that we have seen back them fighting. So these are 6 key important factors will definitely change, and I'll carry you slide by slide quickly what is going to change in your life. Finance, dollar fracturing will take place. Energy, there's a complete transition will take place. Security, rules completely abandoned. You're not having a rule-based order in the world. AI technology, changes coming up. Worldwide food and demographies. So 10 transformations, 0 warnings. Most leaders are still playing the old game and the board has flipped completely. And you'll have to understand this, how it's flipped. The most important part of the world's history of 1991 was the Gulf. The countries who are politically divided, strategically divided, has created a buffer among the world with lot of infrastructure, energy and maritime and air corridors. This Gulf was neutral by economy, it's not by design. And if you see in history of the Gulf, everyone is here, travels to the Middle East and know that how things shaped up after 1991. कतर सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है, आप लोग में से कई लोग कतर जाते होंगे. वेरी यूनिक कंट्री. आधा ऑयल फील्ड ईरान के पास है, आधा कतर के पास है. कतर अमेरिका के सबसे बड़े मिलिट्री बेस सेंटकॉम को बेस करता है, हमास का हेडक्वार्टर भी है वहीं पे. ईरान के साथ पिछले बार में जब सऊदी अरब के साथ 10-15 साल पहले जो कन्फ्रंट हुआ था उसमें ईरान ने सपोर्ट किया था कतर को. So this entire Gulf states have created a system and an economy where they'll be selling their products to across the world. Both powers, superpowers, China and America, and they have created a neutrality, which neutrality has helped world to just forget about energy security. आज से मैं 5 साल पहले 6 साल पहले अगर किसी से कहता कि सब एक जमाना ऐसा आएगा जब हुर्मुज बंद हो जाएगा, गैस नहीं मिलेगा, बहरीन के एल्यूमिनियम प्लांट्स में प्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा, तो किसी को भरोसा नहीं होता. वो कहता है कि आप शॉर्ट कर रहे हो मार्केट में. लेकिन this neutrality, the Gulf's neutrality has been completely destroyed and it has changed the entire world. I don't want to go into the detail, but there are 11 critical supply chains that are completely destroyed in this war. And those supply chains will take at least 6 months to 1 year to come back. You name it, chemicals, polyethylene, aluminium, fertilizer, gas, and so on and so forth. And Middle East was the swing supplier for all these. Second transformation, so you have to be ready for this. Energy supply is a foreign policy instrument. Chemical supplies are a foreign policy instrument. Dollars long goodbye. Now this is a new world of finance and currency. Fiat currencies are changing. CBDC is coming. Every other country is now launching in stable coin. So the dollar as a fiat currency is now going to lose the game. 1994 में ब्रिटेन वुड्स में पहली बार डॉलर को सेंट्रल प्लेस ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी में मिला था. उसके बाद जब गोल्ड स्टैंडर्ड खत्म हुआ, then dollar has become fundamental of global economy. It is completely changing. Now there's no neutral global currencies. Most probably within the 5 to 10 years, not more than 5 years, you will be having a wallet which will be having 9 different currencies, and your smart contract will automatically settle your trade in the best currency. So that's the kind of finance world we are going to approach, which is coming up. Wheat, water, and farming people. Food is going to be the biggest challenge in coming years. So if anybody who's investing, looking for the business ideas, must look towards the food. 30% of global wheat comes from Ukraine and Russia. This year, first time after I think 6-7 years, global wheat prices have started rising, and investors and global bankers have started going long on wheat prices. The next transformation, we have seen a famine in Bengal in 1943 just because of the wheat has become a political ploy when Winston Churchill has stopped supplying wheat to India. Far side to fossil future. This transition is very soon coming up. As soon as the war will over, world will start losing dependence on fossil fuel. Enough is enough with the gas and petroleum. Across the world, huge capex is now going in the two sectors. One is the defense and other is in the renewable energies. So everyone is going to invest heavily in renewable energy, and this will change and transform the entire energy structure in the world. This you know very well. We are discussing from yesterday evening that how the machine takes the job and learns them. 400 million jobs globally at the risk with this transformation. We all know that, so I'm not going to repeat it. But this is a huge transformation. This is actually more than the EU and US workforce together. And majority of these jobs will go in Asian countries. This is most important part, and this is the biggest geopolitical risk. With this war of Iran, world has lost the a policeman. World has lost the rule of order of rule. No institution in the world now in the position to control what anyone is going to do. United Nations, all major institutions have failed. In Vienna, 1815, when Napoleon and great powers are designed to create a new Europe, they have decided to create some institutions which can help countries to fight a war. Now this entire process has changed. Whatever you are seeing right now today in Iran, this can be simply replicated 6 months down the line into the Taiwan. This could happen in the China at any time. This could happen again in the Russia when Russia will start encroaching Ukraine again. So there's no rule, there's no order. Countries who have got the might, who has got the power, they don't even care for that. This risk you will have to specifically build in your business model. That अब आपको कोई United Nations बचाने नहीं आ रहा है, दुनिया में कोई peace कराने नहीं आ रहा है. This is what the fundamental risk we have to understand is that. Ocean के पूरे rules, all the maritime trade rules has been completely changed with that. There are 7 choke points in the world. If you check the map, including Hormuz, they all choke points have got a strategic challenge now. Whether you travel through the Suez to Red Sea, or you travel to the Bosphorus, or you check the Hormuz or Taiwan Straits. All these choke points will be controlled by countries. What Iran is doing is actually creating a new model of controlling choke points. This will create a huge supply chain transformation which is coming up. When we see and we start looking for getting product and raw material from the world, we don't understand that how the entire supply chains which has been built in last 10-20 years has been completely collapsed. So now this is happening is that Trump has created a new tariff architecture, which that tariff architecture will not allow any global supply chain to build, keeping America out. China just started looking for a new kind of structure in the supply chain. US is also creating its own supply chain in the near shoring in the Mexico and Canada. So you'll have to be prepared for this great unchaining of supply chains. Then the last one, the grey tsunami. In 2040, when we were discussing about the super cycle, I think more humans will be over the age of 60 than under of 50. You just simply understand in this hall, you may not be able to imagine this world right now, but you must understand and see that how this entire change will, this grey tsunami will change the demand of products, demand of services, the overall housing, buying, car, everything which has been changing. This is because of this great grey tsunami which is coming up. In India, southern India is getting grayer and grayer faster than northern India. Punjab and Himachal are one of those states where grey economy or grey people are rising and aged people are rising faster than the entire country because youth has migrated. So this will change labor dynamics completely. Tomorrow, तमिलनाडु और केरल में काम करने वाले लोग नहीं होंगे, उनको नॉर्थ से भेजना पड़ेगा, and that will create lot of problem. Japan is struggling with this problem. Japan does not allow outsider to work in Japan, and they don't have people to work. और सबसे आखिरी चीज जो मैं बार बार कहता हूं कि this is the end of the business as usual strategy. This complete structure has been transformed now. Old assumptions of your business built in simultaneously gone wrong. ब्लॉकबस्टर नेटफ्लिक्स की कहानी देख लें आप जो पुराने सारे assumptions थे, डॉलर के, शिपिंग के, AI टूल्स के, फूड प्राइसेस के, ये सारे assumptions खत्म हो गए. And this transformation is started not by the technology. Again, this transformation is started by geopolitics. No one as single force has transformed it the way geopolitics has changed your balance sheet. इंडिया को देख लें, रूपी वॉलेटिलिटी, आईटी सेक्टर का डिस्प्लेसमेंट, टैरिफ का कोलेटरल डैमेज, शिपिंग कॉस्ट और गल्फ से रिलेशनशिप. इसमें गल्फ इंडिया के लिए बेहद जरूरी था, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट था. इसके अगेंस्ट वेयर इंडिया इज स्टैंडिंग राइट नाउ, लुकिंग फॉर चाइना प्लस वन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, AI augmented services, defense manufacturing is definitely going to rise, demographic services export, and food and agri-tech. These are the key levers under which you will have to plan your balance sheets. Why I'm showing this slide is only that you can understand that whether you are going for China plus one manufacturing or not. Do you have those kind of architectures built in your balance sheet strategy that you can manage these transitions? Okay. So this is what there are one or two slides more, but I think they've been stopped from there. What I would like to explain right now is that if you do not understand the key risks and the key geopolitics changes, it is very difficult for you to come after this fire. And I'm telling you with my own understanding, I'm discussing with the Saurabh yesterday when a few people will be there, is that after this war, I think that 15 to 20% MSMEs will close down in India because of the shortage of raw material, shortages of gas. This shift will make you to think entire balance sheet and entire plan for your future. This is for me at this time. If any questions you have, I'm available.
Well,
Thank you so much for the deep insight after the fire and of course 10 unseen regrets. I would like to request Ms. Ritika Singh, Treasurer TRAI Chandigarh, to please kindly come up on the stage and kindly hand over the gesture by the TRAI Chandigarh. Everyone, please put your hands together. We request both of you to please kindly come in the center. Everyone, please put your hands together once again.
Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you so much.